You aren't going to catch anything here, sir. Sir? Suproids! My name's Haley Hemorrhoid and I am the Drag Queen Gamer. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl have both been out for a couple of days now, and I have been playing them pretty much every waking moment that I have. So I can be one of the first ones to provide a hopefully decent review for you. So without further ado, let's just dive right in. The story is the same, of course. Get all the gym badges, become the champ, and there's this Team Galactic people trying to start the New World Order or something. That's pretty much it for the story. If you've played the game, you know I'm going to be reviewing this more like reviewing the remake rather than reviewing the game as a whole. But if you would like me to review the game as a whole, I can do that in the near future. So let me know in the comments if that's something you would like to see. Nostalgia hit me immediately, and honestly, as many people that are hating on the chibis, I think the chibis were a big reason for that. This feels like the original Pokemon game, how I always pictured it looked. The graphics are absolutely gorgeous, and the chibis remind me of what the little tiny people used to look like on the screen before that they would, like, you would only see the big trainers in the battle, and they would be little outside, you know what I mean. We've basically always had the chibis, they just made them high def and everybody got pissed. One thing that gets me though is that it's like focused like right on you. Things a little farther out are blurred and it's kind of a little trippy. Like it's almost like they have this little circle around you that you can see and everything else is blurry. I tried to look in settings to see if there's a way to turn this off and there's no setting for it. I wonder what the reason for this addition was because I don't think it's good. Okay, so this is the big section. Let's dive in. The control scheme is pretty well the same. They did change the running shoes so you no longer have to hold B. You're pretty much always running unless you press lightly on the left stick, which really took some getting used to. You run really fast. It's nice not to have to hold the B button anymore, but I am constantly running into stuff. In battle now, it tells you how effective physical moves will be on Pokemon once you've caught them or battled them before, which some might argue is too much hand-holding, and while I hate all the hand-holding in newer Pokemon games, I actually kind of like this one a bit. Sometimes I forget what moves are super effective and not very effective. There are a lot of different types and a lot of different type advantages, and it's hard to remember sometimes. I mean, when you have a pea-sized brain like mine, it is. HMs no longer have to be taught to Pokemon to be used outside of battle. Thank God. They are now installed to your Pokétech, and you can summon a wild Pokemon to do it for you, which is absolutely amazing. That was the worst thing about these games when they came out, was the ridiculous amounts of HMs that they needed you to learn in order to progress through this game. It was always a nuisance, but Gen 4 definitely was the worst with HMs. They also added auto-saving, which is a godsend. I'm glad they added this as well. And apparently there's a new feature now that if you talk to the elderly couple in Floroma, the man will give you a Jirachi if you have a save file of Sword or Shield, and the woman will give you a Mew if you have a save file of Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee. I literally screamed when I found this out, and I wasn't even recording my gameplay when it happened, but I took pictures of me getting my Mew. This might be a limited time only thing. I think I saw an article that said it was, so get them while you can, I think, but I'm not 100% sure. Oh wait, real quick, what's that? Oh, it's Professor Rowan telling you to support me on Patreon. For less than the price of coffee, you can get an extra video every Friday where I spill the real tea. You also get to join the exclusive Haley Hemorrhoid Discord server where we chat and be friends daily. Not to mention your name gets shown in the credits of every video on screen, as well as a free Haley Hemorrhoid sticker. And this is just at the lowest tier. If you choose one of the higher tiers, you can get free t-shirts, uncensored videos, access to all of my cringy old deleted videos, and much, much more. Thank you so much to everybody who is already supporting me on Patreon. I could not be doing this full time without you guys. And if you're not supporting me, I would really appreciate it if you would consider. It's available in multiple countries for as low as $3 or whatever currency you choose. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming. The game now shares EXP with your entire party, and I have mixed feelings. On one hand, I love that my team stays around the same level at all times, but on the other, I feel like it takes longer to level up a weaker addition to the team. When I got Mew, it was at level 1, and I feel like it took forever to get it up with my other level level 20 Pokemon at the time, and couldn't help but think maybe if this EXP wasn't going to all of my other Pokemon, then Mew could level faster because he'd get all of it. But I also am unsure exactly if the EXP amounts are lower, higher, or the same as they were in the originals, so my thinking may be incorrect. Small detail, but when you walk into a mart, the clerk is facing the entrance, so you can just walk directly to the counter. This is something so minuscule, but I appreciated it, especially now that you're in a constant state of running, and if I had to swivel around that counter, something confusing to me that I'm sure is just something dumb I'm just not aware of yet, but for some reason I keep getting notifications in battle that my Pokemon wants pet, or is dozing off, or is too worried to battle, and I have no clue what I'm supposed to do about it. And then it stresses me out because I feel like I'm supposed to do something to fix it, but I can't figure out what. If anyone knows what this means or what I'm supposed to do, please comment and tell me because I'm stumped. Are they just trying to make us feel more connected to our Pokemon? Like what's the point of this? Because it doesn't seem to actually be affecting anything. When you pause the game, it now tells you on the bottom of the screen where you're supposed to go next or what you're supposed to do next, which is helpful hand holding, because if you're anything like me and you're running on your last 2 brain cells and they're fighting and currently not on speaking terms, you need some reminders here and there. I was hoping they'd have made it more apparent how to get through Valor Lakefront, because I know a lot of people get stuck there, including myself, and I can never remember and have to Google it just to find out it's this dumb little strip of beach that you have to walk through that looks like it would be a secret path, but it's not. It's the actual path. And I hear a lot of people complain about this and say they get stuck here, so I'm surprised they didn't make the path any bigger to make it more apparent, or at least give us a start menu hint this time or something, but that's just being a little picky, so it's not a huge deal and most people eventually figure it out. I just remember as a kid, I got stuck there and literally stopped playing the game for like 6 months because I couldn't figure out what to do. At least now as an adult, I'm smart enough to Google it. In the underground, there's now wild Pokemon areas where the Pokemon roam, like in the wild areas in Sword and Shield, which is a really cool addition. And each wild area has its own different theme. Well, there are some repeats, but you know what I mean. There's different themes. It's cool. So this review is basically talking about some of the differences I noticed. I'm sure there's even more that I haven't quite picked up on yet because it has been a really long time since I played the original versions. So if there's anything I missed, feel free to comment it below. And if you would like me to do a more detailed review in the future when it's been out for a little bit longer and I've had more time to play it and give you guys even more information on it, let me know. Give a thumbs up. But overall, my final thoughts on this game is that this is an amazing remake. It looks beautiful. They've improved upon a lot of different things that were annoying in the originals, and it did exactly what it was supposed to do. It gave us the nostalgia from the originals that we all used to know and love, but while adding things that made it better and or fixed issues of the past, which is how it should be done. So all that being said, I give this game my rating of Hall of Fame, which means that I will be replaying it yearly. But remember, just because I might replay it yearly doesn't mean you have to feel the same. Let me know in the comments what you thought of these games. And make sure you're subscribed and have your notifications turned on. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Don't forget to check out my cooking channel where I post funny cooking videos because I'm a terrible cook every single Monday. That'll be linked down below. Please consider supporting me on Patreon so I can hopefully invest some more into this channel and continue doing YouTube full-time. Special shout out to my super VIP patrons, Paul Ember, Lyndon Grillis, Brielle Barlow, McKenna Mess, Brian Hart, and Amy Harless. And if you would like a special shout out at the end of every video, just support me on Patreon and choose the super VIP or higher membership. And I will see you guys very soon.